It is 22 minutes after the hour here in the Imus Morning program, on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. Please welcome to the Imus Morning program, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis.
How you doing, Imus?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm hanging in there.
You know, you go around, you meet everybody. They all say, "Oh, Jerry, your album's great." This album is great. It's a great album.
Thank you very much.
We were when I got it, I thought, well, they'll see all these duets, and I figured, well, I mean, I've heard B.B. King, and I've heard Bruce Springsteen, and I've heard all these people. I want to hear Jerry, you know. And I was talking to the guy, who's the tall guy with a hat on, plays the guitar, what's his name?
Jimmy.
I told Jimmy, I said, man, I love the way you mix this thing, because you can barely hear those other people. He said, but we're talking about the killer here. How'd they talk you into doing this, or did you want to do it?
Well, we kind of talked each other into doing it.
You did?
Yeah, it was a happy medium.
And the songs, like a couple more years, one of my great Shel Silverstein songs. Was that your idea to do that one, or?
Well, I kind of picked that one as my favorite.
Isn't that a great song?
Really?
Was that ever a hit, or?
I don't know. That's the first time I'd ever heard it.
Yeah.
When they played it.
And then the Van Morrison song, well, that's what makes the Irish Hearts beat. You and Don Henley. You and Don sound pretty good together, but that's a great song too. Is that one you picked, or?
Yeah, that's the one I picked.
When you go look back at Sun Records, this photograph, which is one of the classic photographs ever taken of you and Elvis and Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins. Do you remember what you were thinking when that was taken?
I was wondering why he was sitting down at the piano. He looked up at me and said, I think everybody should know how to play a piano.
That's great.
Was he at Sun when you went there, or were you there first, or how'd that work?
No, he was there first.
Yeah.
I came in 1957.
Yeah.
1956, going into 57.
And how did you wind up there? Why did you go there?
Well, I read in this magazine where Sam Phillips had made Elvis Presley into a star.
Right.
And I figured if he could make Elvis into a star, he could make me into a star.
Oh.
So I beat the trail toward Memphis.
And how did you learn to play the piano? Where did that come from? And
I taught myself how to play.
You did?
Yeah, started when I was 8 years old.
Now, did you, I know you're related to Jimmy Swaggart and Mickey Gilley. They're cousins, right?
Right.
Did y'all grow up together? I mean, in the same neighborhood, same?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did.
And you look back, it's kind of remarkable. I mean, Jimmy Swaggart became one of the most famous preachers in America. Mickey did fairly, not Jerry Lee Lewis, but he did fairly well as a country singer. It couldn't have been any way y'all could have imagined that, could you?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Well, I'm just when you got involved in music, and did you all get involved about the same time, or?
Yeah, we did. We all got involved about the same time.
You were going to be a preacher as well, weren't you?
Well, I think everybody in the family was going to be a preacher.
Did you actually study that, or?
No, I didn't study it.
Or you go to school, or?
I went to Southwestern Bible School for a while until they asked me to leave.
Why did they ask you to leave, Johnny?
For playing My God Is Real Boogie Woogie style in chapel.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe, big influence on you, was she?
Sir?
Sister Rosetta Tharpe I know you were a big fan of hers.
Yeah, I collected a lot of her records.
You did what now?
Collected a lot of her records.
I thought you said you corrected a lot of them, but you might have done that too.
Maybe I did say that.
How's it been being Jerry Lee Lewis all these years?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Good Lord's been good to me, Imus.
You look back, anything you'd change that ever happened, or?
Well, I sometimes think maybe I might have changed a few things if I could go back.
Yeah.
But no.
Were you surprised how Elvis, Elvis was great, didn't you think? Or?
Oh Lord, yeah.
Were you surprised how it ended for him, or?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I didn't want to accept it.
Yeah, did you all remain close, or?
Yeah, we were very close friends.
And same with Johnny Cash, who
yeah
went on to become, just had a wonderful career, didn't he? And
Yeah.
you know, I was talking to Jimmy about one of my favorite records of yours. There's Another Place, Another Time that you did with Duff. Great. You remember that? So of course you remember that song.
Yeah.
Was that the first country record that you did,
Well, it was the first
or country hit you had?
Jerry Lee Lewis type country thing that we did.
Jerry Kennedy produced that song? Or?
Jerry Kennedy, yeah.
It's great. I mean, you talk about the four great stylists in American music, and they are you, Hank Williams, Al Jolson, Jimmy Rogers.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and it all came from there. And you know, I was talking to Andy Rooney, a guy from 60 Minutes, and I said we're having Jerry Lewis. He told me he didn't like music.
Who is this?
Andy Rooney, you know, the guy on 60 Minutes, the old guy. He's not that he didn't like. Did he say didn't? Not that he didn't like music.
He didn't like music, didn't understand it, never had any appreciation or use for it.
And
at all.
I couldn't imagine a life
couldn't
without
either.
music. And I said, I was talking about you coming on because we've been like little kids around here,
Yeah.
waiting for you to come on, you know. And I said, well, Jerry Lee Lewis is one of the architects of rock and roll. He said, that's kind of a pretentious thing to say. I said, no, it's not. It all came from that.
Yeah.
It all came from you and Elvis and Memphis, and
Right.
there's not much different now, is there?
Not a whole lot, no.
I appreciate you coming in to do this. How'd that PBS thing go you did?
Pardon?
How'd the PBS show go you did?
It come off great.
Did it?
Yeah.
So, will you do that a couple more years this morning? Or?
Well, if I can think of the words to it,
We can print them out for you if you want. Well, let me take a break. I'll let you get over to the piano. Again, I can't tell you what an honor and a pleasure it is for us to have you here. And this is, I told Jimmy, and we've been playing the record. We wouldn't play the record if it weren't any good. I mean, I'm not trying to drive people away from the radio and TV, you know.
I understand.
So it's a great record, and I'm glad we've got it. I'm very happy you're here, and we'll take a break and then let you play some, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, Imus.
You're welcome. Jerry Lee Lewis next.
Boy, it is rock and roll. Well, it's been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I did the stroll. Let me get you back, let me get you back, let me get you back. Baby, where I come from.